SimTheWorld here. We are back with our series playing through the story orders in Car Mechanic Simulator 2018. Today, we have a pretty good looking car. Again, why is it here? Oh boy, there's only half an engine. What's the customer saying about this? So he says, hey, I'm a car mechanic just like you. At least I'm trying to be. My wife thinks that I don't know what I'm doing, and since I don't want to give her the satisfaction, she has no idea that I'm here. See how I did fixing my car, and if you find anything wrong, make it right. If my wife ever asks, I was never here. Alright, so we do get a full parts list here. That is fantastic. But obviously, as you can see, there's half an engine. Something to note that I'm noticing, there's 2 pistons missing right here. I didn't think you could assemble half. I guess you can assemble the half if you have all 4 pistons in. So let's get this to the lifter and let's get started. Guess I'm impartial to lifter C right now. So since half the engine is already installed, I'm only going to place the parts and do everything that we need to from the engine bay. Obviously, if this was a full build, I'd do it. Ah, we need some rings. Forgot to pick up some rings. If we are just doing this ourselves with a full engine rebuild, I'd do it on the engine stand, of course. It's a lot easier. I don't recall the rings in the part list. That's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything we can installed here. We actually should be able to install everything but the piston rod caps from up top. And I will have to take the oil pan off the bottom, so I won't put any oil in first. We'll do that as the very last step. So make sure to remind me towards the end, don't put in oil. Don't forget that you have to get those piston rod caps installed, otherwise they won't be going far at all. Start the car and those pistons will shoot out of this engine so fast. So there'd be nothing locking them in place. These story orders are getting really, really nice. I feel like the middle ones were where they are getting really complicated, where we had to repair and install pistons. Also redo all of the suspension work, because every bushing and every little piece is wrong. Don't forget to swap out and give me new tires. And these last jobs have been like, oh, car is in great condition, just need a couple parts. And that's kind of how I feel the story order should be. No one comes in for a full, it's very few people that come into a shop for a full rebuild. Like, if my car needed the work that some of these story orders have requested, I'd leave the car in a ditch. Like, I wouldn't want to deal with it any longer. But, something like this, if it's partially assembled, okay, that's perfect. We can finish that. If somebody blows a piston, that would entail a complete rebuild of the engine. But otherwise, the rest of the car should be in good shape before you go down that route. And that's kind of what I hope to see in the future 2021 title, is a little more realistic jobs. Like, no one's going to come in and every suspension component is completely destroyed. Some of the stories have been interesting, like they take it off-roading, and I can see some of that. But we should also be getting the story orders where it's like, hey, I hit a curb. And you fix, just the one corner. Alright, let's get the air filter on. I think this is going to be a really, really quick job, really quick video. I'm astounded at how fast we're going. I got the clips. I think we got everything. Nice. Let's get this lifted up. I gotta take the oil pan off first, then we can get the rod caps on. Get that done pretty quickly. See if there's anything else missing underneath here. Doesn't look like it. Go into assembly mode. That's just the two we put in. That's not too bad. This has got to be one of my quickest orders, and it was an engine rebuild, no doubt. No wonder we are. That's why we've upgraded the shop. We are a top mechanic now. We are cruising through this work. Get some oil in and we can run this car right out the door. Perfect. There we have it. That should hopefully be another happy customer. The payout isn't as good as we've seen in some of the other orders. It's only $7,000, but $7,000 to do like an engine build seems about right. Alright, so that finishes up that job. We have some time left. I usually like to try to hit the 10-15 minute mark with these videos, but I'm taking a look at the next order, and he's saying everything has to be in perfect condition. I wouldn't doubt that this is a very, very long job. There's going to be a lot of work involved. So we'll save that for the next episode. I'll cut you guys loose a little early. Thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoy this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.